Big Boss. He's only ever mentioned here as a plot point, but it's worth knowing a little more about what they're talking about. Big Boss was born in 1935, his real name being John, with the common nickname Jack. Apparently he started his military career by participating in the Korean War as a teenager, and like 15,000 other people that I've covered so far, he joined the Green Berets afterwards. During this time, he became an apprentice of a legendary soldier who led the Allied powers to victory, known as the Boss. This is where they would both define much of the close quarters attacks later to be used. In 1954, Jack was involved in the Bikini Atoll testing of the first airborne detonation of a hydrogen bomb, later saying that even though he had not developed symptoms, many of his friends who were also there had gotten leukemia, thyroid cancer, and died from the radiation, and that he could be next any day now. This later came to pass as they discovered that he was sterile and unable to reproduce naturally. Meanwhile, Jack had learned quite a bit from the Boss, in everything from combat, weaponry, survival, espionage, destruction, psychology somehow, and some foreign languages. Jack then participated in some Black Ops in Vietnam, got some awards, and joined Major Zero's Fox unit. What then happened was the plot of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which, in my opinion, is still the best standalone story of the series. Trying to avoid unnecessary spoilers, Jack gets medals at the end and the official rank of Big Boss. Despite the rank up, he attempted to retire from the battlefield and make a peaceful living as an instructor or hunting guide, though apparently he stayed fit just in case he was to ever return. In 1966, Big Boss encountered a war orphan named Frank Yeager during his time in the Mozambican War of Independence, and after beating him up for some reason, he rescued the child and escorted him to a rehabilitation facility where he could be taken care of. Now, this may seem a bit jarring, but I'm about to just skip over about 20 years of history which were explained over the course of 3 games. During this time, though, Big Boss had earned himself quite an impressive reputation, earning himself the moniker Legendary Soldier. Using the funds he amassed as a mercenary, Big Boss began to impose his vision of Outer Heaven, an idea where soldiers would avoid being abused by the governments of the world and their ideologies. He built a military fortress to use as a main base of his personal mercenary dispatch company in South Africa. He also returned to take command of Foxhound, which he had founded about 2 decades earlier. He used this as a way of secretly building up his mercenary company into a larger military establishment. To assist this vision, Big Boss then kidnapped a Russian scientist and his daughter and forced them to work on a Metal Gear in an attempt to gain some military superiority. Around 1995, Big Boss had also trained a new member of the Foxhound unit who was a Green Beret who had fought in the Gulf War. Big Boss taught this soldier close-quarters combat techniques and somehow the importance of the will to survive on the battlefield. This soldier was later given the code name Solid Snake. Later, the government discovered the development of Metal Gear in Outer Heaven and tasked Foxhound to deal with the issue. Gray Fox was first sent, but was then captured. So Big Boss sent Solid Snake on this mission, believing that the rookie couldn't accomplish the mission, but could buy him enough time to complete Metal Gear. However, when Solid Snake was much more successful than he expected, he started to deliberately delay Snake and even told Snake to abort the mission at one point. Snake proceeded in spite of that order, destroyed Metal Gear, was confronted by Big Boss who told him everything, and then Snake beat him down before the base blew up. Big Boss then tried once again to build up a strong military, this time overtaking an independent nation in the Zanzibar province, which became Zanzibar Land. Solid Snake once again foiled Big Boss's plans and quote-unquote killed him by burning him alive with a lighter and lacquer spray. And that's about it. I can't really discuss anything about Big Boss besides that since he's only ever a plot device in this game. Big Boss has appeared in 6 games.